Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a magical forest where fairies lived. This wasn't just any forest, it was alive with sparkling rivers, singing birds, and trees that whispered secrets to one another. Every creature in the forest had its role, and everything worked in harmony. The fairies, with their delicate wings and glowing presence, were the caretakers of this enchanted realm. They ensured that flowers bloomed, streams flowed, and every corner of the forest thrived with life. But hidden deep within the forest was something mysterious, something no fairy dared to approach. A strange tree. This tree was unlike the others. Its bark shimmered like silver under the moonlight, and its leaves glowed a deep, golden hue. Unlike the other trees that bore fruits of every color imaginable, this tree stood silent and solitary, its branches reaching high into the sky as though touching the stars. But here's the thing: the tree never bore fruit. Its roots seemed to pulse with an energy that felt both inviting and intimidating. The fairies believed it held a secret so powerful, it could change the entire forest forever. Stories of the tree had been passed down for generations, but no one had ever dared to discover the truth. Some said it was cursed. Others whispered that it guarded a treasure too dangerous for anyone to possess. One day, 3 brave fairies decided they would uncover the tree's secret. There was Lily, with her golden wings and a heart full of courage. Lily was known throughout the forest for her determination and her kindness. She had always believed that every mystery deserved to be solved. Then there was Spark, the fastest flyer in the forest, always buzzing with energy. Spark's quick wit and daring spirit made him a favorite among the younger fairies, who often begged him to tell stories of his adventures. And finally, tiny Dewdrop, who wasn't the strongest but had the sharpest mind. Dewdrop was a thinker, always observing and planning. Together, they formed an unbreakable team. Their bond was as strong as the roots of the oldest trees in the forest. As they approached the tree, the forest seemed to change. The air grew heavier and the vibrant sounds of the forest faded. The birds stopped singing, and even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Something wasn't right. The trio exchanged nervous glances but pressed on, their curiosity stronger than their fear. Each step closer to the tree seemed to echo louder, as if the forest itself was watching them. Suddenly, the tree's branches began to move. They twisted and turned, forming a face. The tree spoke in a deep, echoing voice that seemed to come from everywhere at once. "Who dares disturb my slumber?" The voice was neither angry nor welcoming. It was ancient, filled with the weight of countless years. The fairies trembled, but Lily stepped forward, her voice steady despite the fear in her heart. "We mean no harm. We just want to know why you are so different from the other trees." Her words hung in the air, and for a moment there was silence. Then the tree's eyes, glowing like molten gold, softened. "I am the keeper of dreams," it said. "Hidden within my roots is a treasure, a gift for those brave enough to find it. But beware, for the path to the treasure is filled with challenges. Only those with pure hearts and teamwork can succeed." Without hesitation, the fairies flew into the tree. A glowing doorway had appeared at its base, shimmering with an otherworldly light. Inside, they found themselves in a maze of glowing vines and sparkling crystals. The air was thick with magic, and every step felt like walking through a dream. Each turn brought a new challenge. First, they had to solve a riddle written in shimmering light. The riddle tested their minds and their ability to work together. Spark, with his quick thinking, was the first to offer a solution, but it was Dewdrop's careful analysis that ultimately solved it. Then, they had to cross a river of swirling mist. The river seemed endless, and its currents were strong enough to pull them under. They realized they needed to build a bridge of leaves, but the task required precision and teamwork. Spark gathered the leaves with incredible speed, while Lily carefully placed them, ensuring the bridge was stable. Dewdrop guided them, using her knowledge of patterns to create a structure that could hold their weight. It was a test of patience and trust, and they passed it together. But the final challenge was the hardest. They had to face their greatest fears. For Lily, it was the fear of failing her friends. She found herself in a vision where she was alone, her friends lost because of a mistake she had made. The weight of guilt was overwhelming, but she reminded herself of her courage and her love for her friends. For Spark, it was slowing down and being patient. He found himself in a scenario where his speed was taken away, leaving him feeling helpless. But he learned that sometimes slowing down allowed him to see things more clearly. And for Dewdrop, it was believing in her own strength. She faced a vision where she was asked to solve an impossible puzzle, surrounded by voices doubting her abilities. But she trusted herself and found the solution within. One by one, they overcame their fears, helping each other along the way. Their bond grew stronger with every challenge, and they realized that their true strength came from their unity. When they reached the heart of the tree, they found the treasure, a glowing orb that pulsed with light. It wasn't gold or jewels. It was the essence of courage, kindness, and friendship. The orb radiated warmth and filled them with a sense of peace they had never felt before. As they held the orb, the tree's voice echoed around them. You have proven that true strength comes not from power but from the heart. Share this gift with the forest and it will forever thrive. The fairies felt a surge of pride and gratitude. They had not only discovered the tree's secret, but also learned invaluable lessons about themselves and each other. The fairies returned to the forest, their wings shimmering brighter than ever. They shared the tree's magic with the entire forest, and soon, the strange tree wasn't strange anymore. It became a symbol of hope and unity. The forest flourished like never before, and the fairies' bond became an inspiration to all who heard their story. And so, the fairies learned an important lesson. Sometimes the greatest treasures are not things you can hold, but the bonds you create and the courage you find within yourself. Their adventure became a tale passed down through generations, reminding everyone that even the most mysterious paths can lead to the most beautiful destinations.